Hello students, I am Mrs. Rupali Samir Brahme from Deccan Education Society's Ferguson College, Pune. Students, in last lecture we have seen various types of input restrictions. Today we are going to see the CSS and types of CSS. So cascading style sheet is you give various formats for your text as well as your complete web page. So how to make use of the properties and values, and which are the properties and values which you can make use of in CSS. So let us learn all the properties and values which are very important from the point of examination. In question number 8a, you can get the question based on various types of CSS. So there are three types of CSS: inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. So how to create the programs using all these CSS types? Let us learn that using various kinds of examples via slideshow. Let us start the slideshow. So students, what is CSS? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. So there are three types of CSS. First is inline CSS, second is internal CSS, and third is external CSS. So from the point of examination, you need to remember these three types. As for three correct answer, the question may come, which are the types of CSS? So inline, internal, and external CSS. So what means inline CSS, internal, and external CSS? We will see one by one. So inline CSS we will begin with. So inline CSS means if you want to apply CSS for a single HTML element, means what, for a paragraph, for a heading, you want to apply a particular style. So you can apply that by specifying that in that tag itself. For example, over here I have specified a style over here for the paragraph. For specifying the style to the paragraph, observe over here the style attribute I wrote. So this style attribute is important to write along with the tag. So inside this tag, prior ending the angle bracket like this, I am writing a style tag equal to, followed by the specification I am writing inside the double quote. Observe the syntax over here. The double quotes are important to write the inline CSS here for the specification. Now here I am specifying the keyword font family. This is a property for the paragraph I am using in CSS. So I want to specify this font monotype Corsia for my this complete paragraph. So, and as well as I want a color blue, and I want to have 36 size of it. Students, over here observe I have used three properties. One is font family. So I wrote dash over here. It's not underscore. It is a dash. Font dash family. Then color. For changing the color, it is just color. It's not font dash color. Remember this. And followed by font dash size. So these three I am changing for this paragraph. So I like this monotype Corsair font, so I used it. You can make use of any font like Arial or Times New Roman or any of the font. Students, over here observe this monotype Corsair font is having a space in between. So that's why I wrote single quotes over here for the font name. If your font name is just single Arial, you may not write the single quote for like this. So the single quote is required if you want, there is a space in the font name. I have specified the blue color, and observe over here, this is important, the px. If I want to have the font size 36 pixels, this px is important to mention. If I do not mention this px, even if I mention 36, it won't apply the 36 font size to my paragraph. Students, I wrote end paragraph because the paragraph tag is a paired tag. And if I write this code in my body tag, how I will get the output? Something like this. Means I will get a blue color and monotype Corsair font and 36 size. So let us learn the internal CSS. So for the internal CSS, it is also called as a embedded style sheet. You are supposed to remember this, that internal CSS is also called as embedded style sheet. Why? Because you are going to embed the style in your document or on your web page. So if you write internal CSS, that will be affected for the single web page. So if you write your style tag inside the head tag, so that will be applied for only the current page. So you have to write the style tag inside the head section of your web page. Where you are going to write, observe, this is a head tag and this is the end head tag. So here is the portion where you are going to write your internal CSS, and whatever style you will specify over here, that you can apply it inside the body tag. How to write the program using internal CSS? Let us see. So you can make use of class and ID for internal CSS. So what is class and what is ID? So let us see one by one. So if I want to write on a class, so here as it's a class, I need to write down the syntax like this. So here there is a dot. So dot is used for declaration of the class. So this is a class name followed by, as you know, CSS declaration has what? This is a complete declaration of the CSS which has curly bracket starting and curly bracket ending, and this is what we call it as a selector. So for specifying this class, I wrote dot, right, and followed by the property colon value. So this is a simple syntax. Now what if I want to write this in my code? So I just gave name to as a my format. Students, you can give any name as you wish. For example, I wrote over here dot followed by my format keyword. You can make use of dot ABC or dot XYZ, or you can write dot and your name or dot my style. Whatever you want to give over here, that is your choice. But that should be without a space. So this is the name of the class. In the examination, question may come for the declaration of the class. So dot is important. So this dot is used for declaration of the class. I want to specify the style as italic and color green for my format style. So I wrote the syntax something like this. What if I want to specify ID? So ID is declared by using the hash symbol. So this also you need to remember from the point of examination, that for declaration of the ID, you are supposed to make use of the symbol hash. So followed by name, any name you can mention as ID, and followed by the declaration in the curly bracket. Students, I know by writing this simple example, you might not have understood clearly that how class and ID works. So let us see the example so that you can easily understand how the class and ID works. So this is example of making use of the class in internal CSS. In question number 8A, for your theory online examination, the question may come to give the specific font or specific format for any of the paragraph or for any of the text by using internal CSS. So to apply the internal CSS by making use of the class, this code you can try out. So if you want to give the style, you have to specify the first style tag inside the head tag. So style is a paired tag, so I need to write end style. I wrote dot my format as the name of the style or name of the class, I can say. So name of the class is my format. Dot is used for declaration. Followed by, I wrote this is a declaration part. So font style is a property over here. Italic is its value. It is separated by a semicolon. It is separated by a colon followed by a semicolon. Students, observe, I specified my format as italic and green, but I have to make use of this my format inside my body. If I don't make use of it anywhere inside the body, it's of no use of writing how I want the format. The format, whatever you declare over here, should be used in the inside this. So I wrote this my format here, and I'm applying it here for the information technology word for heading. So for applying it, I just wrote class equal to my format. So this information technology will be having all these effects which I have specified in the style tag. Students, if I wish to have the italic and green style for the paragraph, simply instead of writing the class attribute over here in the H1 tag, I will mention that inside the paragraph tag. So here as I have used for H1 tag, the output I will be getting is something like this, having the italic and green color for the word information technology. So let us take one more example so that you can understand it better. So this is by using again I have here used a simple internal CSS over here. I have not used any ID or any class over here. What I have used is over here, I have specified how I want H1. So for this information technology word, this is H1. For here H1, I have used, means the complete body will be having background color pink. So without class and class and ID also, I can specify the internal CSS like this. So here this is the selector I have used. The tag is a selector and followed by the declaration. So let us see the output of this code, something like this. The red color because of this property and value. It's Arial font for this information technology word because of specification of this. I have not given any codes to this because it's a single word. So over here background color is pink specified. So for this web page background color pink has appeared. So let us see how to write the internal CSS by making use of the ID. So here hash my style is the ID I have created over here. So here name of the ID I gave is a my style. So hash is a symbol used for creating the declaration of this ID. Now I wrote followed by this is a property my weight, which will make the text bold, whichever I will specify for this, and color blue. So I have specified this for the paragraph now instead of the heading tag. So obviously this is internal CSS with ID example is a text which I wrote inside the paragraph tag will have the bold format as well as the blue color as specified inside the style tag again here inside the header tag. So let us see the output. Yes, this is the output which you will get by this program. For the paragraph you will have the blue color and the bold format. So this is the internal CSS which will be applied for the single page. Let us see for the external CSS how to make use of. Students, for external CSS which you can apply for many web pages. So external style sheet is used when you want to have the changes for multiple web pages. So if you change one simple .css file, the complete website will have the effect for that if you apply it by using external CSS. From the point of examination, you have to remember that the external CSS has the file which has .css extension, and you can write external style sheet in by using any of the text editor like simple notepad. As you type your .html file so in your notepad, similarly you can specify your style in file having extension .css. So this is very important from the point of examination. Do remember the extension in the external CSS file. You are going to create a separate file having .css extension. Students, you can create this .css file in the same folder where your HTML file is either, or you can specify the path also. How to fetch or how to embed this CSS file in your web pages, let us see. So do remember that your CSS file should not contain any of the HTML tag, not body tag, not HTML tag or any of the tag. Just simple declaration should be there which we write inside the style tag. Even style tag is not required to write in the .css. Students, let us see the example how we can make use of external CSS in our code. So here I have created one file by giving the name mystyle.css. I will open a new notepad file and in that I will type like this. So I will just type only this single line in my notepad. So in this notepad, I will specify I want font color navy. I want background color for the paragraph as a cyan. Okay, so text color of the paragraph will be having navy and background color for the paragraph will be cyan. So this background dash color is a property and color is a property for changing the font color. So only this line I will mention in my style.css notepad file. Only the code is single line code I have mentioned. What if you want to apply for H1 also? Yes, you can apply it over here on the next line. You may specify H1 or any other tag which you want to have the style. But for now just I have entered only one tag which will be having some particular formatting. So I will create one more file. I just gave name as myfile.html to that file. Students over here, observe the tag over here is the new tag for you. That is a link tag. So this link tag is used for embedding your CSS file in this HTML file. So how to link your file with CSS file? So the question may come in your examination that which tag is used for linking your external style sheet file. So the answer is just a link tag, or to embed it, which tag you are going to make use of. So you are going to write on the answer as a link tag. One more question may come based on this, that which are the attributes for the link tag. So attributes for the link tag are rel, type and href. You are supposed to remember these attributes. So here inside the head tag, I am writing simple a link tag which I will specify rel equal to style sheet followed by type equal to text oblique css, that is document type which I am going to link, and followed by in href, that means hyperlink reference, name of the file. Students, do remember that this name which you have given for your CSS file must be same over here. Here I gave mystyle.css. You may give any name to your CSS file, like say myformat.css or myfile.css, any name you may give for the CSS file. So this name should be mentioned over here to link the file inside the link tag in href attribute. Students, over here I have not mentioned the complete path C drive or D drive or something like that, because I have saved this myfile.html and mystyle.css both in the same folder. Now after that I have embedded this. So now here in this case paragraph has some specification, right? Means paragraph has some particular format I have specified. Students, if I don't make use of the paragraph tag inside the body tag, it will not of no it's of no use to write down the paragraph formatting, because I wrote over here that I want a navy color for the text and background color cyan for the paragraph. And if I don't write any of the paragraph inside the body tag, it's of no use of writing this then. So I must make use of the tag over here, whichever is the selector used inside the CSS to get the output effect. So here this external CSS ID example will get this navy color and background color cyan like this. So students, this is the icons which I want to show to you. If you save these two files, the first file I have the Edge, Microsoft Edge browser, so that's why this icon came. Your icon might be Internet Explorer icon or a Chrome icon here. Okay, so this is my Edge document which is myfile.html. Here this icon can be, as I said, a Chrome or Internet Explorer, or it can be a Firefox icon depending on which browser you are using. So this my style is not going to change. Observe this icon, as well as on the right hand side in the folder, if you observe, the cascading style sheet document is the type of the file. So this is a screenshot I took from my folder. So if you observe these two files, this and this, in your folder, it should look like this. So what I mean to say, the type of file you are going to check after creating the .css file. So once you create a XNS file, you will get the output like this. So observe navy color for the text as well as the cyan color for the background for the paragraph. So this is all about the external CSS. From the point of examination, link tag and dot CSS extension is important. Student, in the practical also you are going to make use of the external CSS or internal CSS both. So let us learn more properties of the CSS. So which are the properties you are going to make use of here? Color is a property to change the text color. If I want to have the heading color as red, I will simply write H1 color head. Students, do remember that it's not the font dash color. It's simply a color property to change the text color. Background dash color will change the background of color of the web page, or it can be a background color of the paragraph also. Here in this case I wrote body, so that's why background color for the web page will be applied. If I wrote for the paragraph, it will be changing the background color for the paragraph also. For font weight, you can specify to make the text bold. You can specify bold, or you can specify value also from 100 to 900 like this. So font dash weight colon value you can specify like this. Students, let us see few more properties, that is style property, to make use to have the italic, or whether you want a normal text, that you can specify by using font dash style colon italic. So here the paragraph will become italic by use if you specify like this. Students, you need to specify this inside the style tag, in the head tag. Text decoration is the new property which you can specify as strike through, then underline, forward strike. You can see these are the values. Which are the values? 5 values you can specify: line through, underline, overline, or you can specify null. What if I specify line through? And what if I specify underline? What if I specify overline? Like this, the output will come if you specify. So this, if I specify none. Underline, if I specify, obviously the paragraph will get underlined. Means I need to write down text dash decoration colon underline like this to get like this. If I specify none, obviously it's simple paragraph. If you want the line above your text, you can specify overline. And if you want the strike through effect, for you have to specify line through. In the examination, as a tricky question, it will be asked that what you will specify in the text decoration as a value to get the strike through effect. And in the option, if you get a strike through, you need not have to select that. You have to select line through option in that. So these are the 4 values important for the text decoration: line through, underline, overline, and none. That can be asked for 2 correct or 3 correct answers. Students, do remember all the properties as well, because these properties can be asked for the 2 correct or 3 correct answers, or even single correct answer. Student, let us see few more properties, that is font family. If you want to have the particular font like Calibri, Arial, Times New Roman, whichever you want, you can specify that by using font dash family. If you want to align the text horizontally on your web page, you can have values left, right, center, and justify for text dash align property. So this, for the text dash align, these are the 4 properties. What if I specify align equal to left? The text will be aligned to the left. If I specify font dash size, you can specify it in pixels, in inches, in millimeter, centimeter, or even in points. So here I need to mention px, as I said. If I don't mention px, it won't work. Students, what is padding? Padding over here you can add to give a space around the contents. You can specify that in pixels. So here if I specify h1 padding colon 20 pixel, means for the heading it will keep the distance from other elements, the 20 pixels around the heading text. Now here border tag is there. So border tag has border width, border style, or border color. You can specify any of it. So here you can specify border to your web page element, for example, for an image or for heading or for paragraph. You can specify values as solid, double, groove, reach, inset, outset, dotted or dashed. All these values, any of the value you can specify for the border. For example, for the paragraph, if I want a dotted border and having a green color for the border. So this is 5 pixel means that will be the width of it. Means what is this, if for to specify in the style, border has 3 values. First value is width, second value is its style, and third is of color. So these 3 values you can specify at a time for the border. If I specify it like this, then I will get a dotted border having 5 pixel width for that. Text space, letter spacing will increase or decrease the horizontal spacing between the text. You can specify that in pixel or in inches, millimeter or centimeter, or even in points. So that will increase the spacing between two letters. If you specify it here for this paragraph, between two letters there will be 3-point distance. So here we are going to conclude after this slide. Margin left attribute is there and background image attribute is also there to get the background image for your web page or even for your any of the HTML element. Margin left, if you specify in pixels, that will give the left margin for your particular HTML element that you can specify in pixels. So today we are going to conclude on this slide. In next slides we will learn in next lecture the next commands. So students, today we have learned many of the CSS properties. So those CSS properties can be asked in your question number 8A question, write a HTML program. In that, any of the CSS property will be asked. For example, change the color of the text of the paragraph, change the font, change the size of particular font, or it can be even background color. So letter spacing, such kind of a properties you are going to make use of in your question number 8B in your write a HTML program. So internal CSS, inline CSS, or external CSS you can make use of for that, depending on what kind of question is asked. So today we have learned all types of